Hey guys, just a pop-up live here today. I've had a couple people ask me how I did this, so I'm going to show you. Don't know how long it's going to take, hopefully not too long. Happy 4th of July for all who celebrate the Independence Day of America. Hey Melissa, thought I'd just do a pop-up live. I've been in bed all day, had a migraine, but I just... yeah, hi Chow. So what I used to make this card was I used this bubbles stamp from Tim Holtz. It's gonna go shape like this. Oops, so, I got sound. Hang on. What I used to make this card. No echoes. Hey Crystal. I used GinaK inks. So I've got full size. This is the Khaki. I love this color. This is just some accent opaque 80 pound or 120 pound cardstock. I use these dies from Honeybee Stamps. Use the bottle, the outline of the bottle. These are actually, and I found my cork because I had lost my cork. These are actually little shaker bottles that I want to say, I can't remember who sent these to me, but one of my viewers sent them to me, and I thought that was super cool. And I've got a Distress Crayon, Uncharted Mariner. I've got Salvage Patina Embossing Glaze. I've got these Wow, Opaque Bright White, Clear Ocean, and Primary Soft Aqua. I've got an old dictionary that I bought at the Goodwill or one of those places. I've got a piece of overhead transparency. And I think that's about it. So we'll get started on the base, the background of the card. Hi Pam. Okay. So when I did this one, I colored it first and then embossed because the sparkly embossing powder kind of has a texture to it that I don't want to get in the way of my colors. So I'm going to start out by coloring. I'm just going to use some big soft brushes. And the way that I want to do it is coming up in this direction. So I've got beach, beach and water. And I'm sure you guys have seen this done a million times. Let me just get any dark brown off my brush. I'm starting with the sandy beach. Oh, hi Alicia. Thanks for coming. So I'm just kind of blending upwards. And it's okay, your blending doesn't have to be perfect, it's a beach. And I've seen GinaK do this exact demo right here with her stamp. Okay, so that's nice cruddy looking sandy beach. And then I'm gonna go closer at the bottom with the Khaki. And just kind of blend it in so it's darker around the bottom. Just kind of blend it up. One thing I've learned is with these inks, it's a good idea to tap off, and it's a good idea to use a really light hand and use multiple layers versus just trying to go in, which I do, I just Oh, thank you. Happy Independence Day to you as well. Then I'm going to flip this over because that's just how I work best. And I'm going to go from dark to light. No, you know what? Let me go light to dark. So I'm going to start with the sea glass. I'm just getting the Tranquil Teal that I used last on here. I'm going to leave it just a little bit light right here. I'm going to tap off and start coming in with the sea glass. Yep, and there I went. I made a chunk. And I'll be trimming off the edges, so I'm not too worried about the edges. I know everybody's more curious about the dang bottle. Okay, let's come in now with the Ocean Mist, and I don't need to clean my brush or anything. Hopefully my air conditioner isn't too distracting for you guys, but it's hot in the heat. And I will end up going over this one more time after I've embossed it, just to kind of fill in any spaces that might need filling. Okay, and then I'll come in with the Tranquil Teal. I love this color combo. And I really like these inks. I'm glad I bought the small cubes to just kind of test out to make sure I liked them. I do. I'm gonna buy the full size. The brushes are really nice too. Got a little heavy-handed right there, so I'm just gonna pretend like it's supposed to be that way. So if you hold your brush kind of like this, it keeps you from pushing down so hard. Okay, that's how easy that is. My inks away for a moment. Hi Randy, thank you. Oh, it's the Queen's birthday in Norway? What's your Queen's name? I know, I'm sorry, but yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna heat set this because I'm gonna be doing heat embossing next. And it doesn't really matter if you get embossing powder everywhere. It doesn't, but you know, it'd be great if I didn't. Okay, you grab a slice of paper here. Where did I put my thin paper? Here's one. Well, I'm going to start with the stamp here. And so what I'll do is I'll just take the stamp off, lay it down, kind of decide how my shoreline, so this is the part that I want to be the shoreline, and I don't want to go all the way up. I'm going to start right about here. So I'll grab my Versamark. I get it turned the right way. And I'm going to end up with it all the way up, so I might as well just go for it. Okay. Oh, that's going to be perfect. Okay. Now, I can soften this up right here. Let me get my little brush. Any old brush will do, except for my favorite watercolor brush. No. Oh, the mat that I'm working with, this is not a glass mat. Now I set this right down in there, and I'm just going to kind of clear some of this off, and I'm fine with the watermarks because I'm going to be doing more bubbles, but in another color. So put this back. I starting in August will be on the WOW team as a social media ambassador. So I'm really excited about that. And I made these really cool geodes that I'll show you guys how I made once I get started with them. Can you see that geode? Thank you. Hi, Laura. I don't know if you guys can see it or if I'm frozen. Okay, let me bring it up a little closer. Anyway, I'm going to show you how I made those geodes. I made several of them for my first project for WoW. And I'm going to have a little noise, a little heat here for a moment. And there are some sparklies in my white embossing powder because I was using this tray and not being too lazy to clean it properly. Okay, now we're going to do another layer. And this layer I'm going to go in with the Clear Ocean, which is kind of a sparkly embossing powder. And what I'm doing is just changing positions. So maybe I'll go, let's see where I am here. Maybe I'll go right about here for this one. So that's going to go fairly translucent once I heat it. Ugh, it's flying everywhere. I'm such a slob with this. Oh, Lordy. And I see that I need some contact over here, so we'll get that too. Most of it. Okay, last one. Yeah, I need to pay attention to right here. I think I'll go, how do I want to go? I think I want to go like that. Oops, I got embossing powder on. I'm a horrible slob when I craft, guys, so sorry. It is what it is. It's a gorgeous color, isn't it? Thank you. Yeah, that's better. I just missed a little bit of bubbles down there and I didn't want it to be uneven. It's usual when I do these by myself and nobody's watching, they come out really good, but when somebody's watching, yeah. No, I'm worried about the bottle mostly, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's fairly simple. Yeah, it is fun to make a mess. You're right about that. That's better. What's cool about this stamp is how versatile it is. Like it's supposed to be bubbles, but it sure to me looks like a shoreline. Okay, now I want to come up here, and I want to come up probably with these bubbles. Okay, now let's see if I can strategically do that. Let me do it from over here again. I think I like the size and shape of those bubbles better. I'm just going to kind of aim and press, lifting up this side because I want some of my water to just be plain water. That'll work. I'll get this all just completely out the way. And we're going to come in with the primary soft aqua, which doesn't have sparkle, it's flat. So it'd be very, very subtle. There just has to be a better way to do this. I have the little hot dog things, but they don't work well for a full card, in my opinion. All right. Now I'm going to move this aside for a moment and clean off all this embossing powder on here because it drives me crazy, mostly. Thank you, Frida. I keep these. Now they quit selling them at you know, I have an account from work of for spending HSA account, and so I have money left over at the end of the year, and I have to spend it or they'll just keep it. So I bought a bunch of those, but I'm running low and they don't sell them anymore, which is maddening. All right, so here I've got, this is just some overhead projector stuff, and Alicia knows the name of it, and I'll link it down below afterwards. But I got like 100 sheets for $15. You can use them for cards, or you can foil on them. You can print them out on your laser printer and foil them. So don't lose my little cork again. I'm gonna grab the bottle die. I know this is the part you guys are waiting for. Just going to take a piece off of here with my scissors, and I am going to tape it down because I want to run it more than once through my die cutting machine. Yeah, it's hard to grab anything off that rubbery surface. Yep, transparency, that's the word. Okay. And I, by the way, in my Vagabond, I have the stainless steel plate for the bottom. I tried this on the regular one and it wouldn't cut, or at least not efficiently. So I have that, or chrome, or whatever material it is. Here's my light. Here it is. Sound I want. There's the sound I'm looking for. Did you cut? Yes, you did. Okay. There we go. I know that's kind of hard to see. Let me put this. Maybe you can see it better. I don't know. See, it already is bendy, which is okay. So I'm going to take my Versamark, and I need my piece of paper again. Where did I put it? You guys. Seriously, it was here 2 seconds ago. No, I'll just use the back of my sheet load instructions. Okay. Now I'm going to grab my extra fingers here, and I'm going to take my Versamark, and I'm just going to tamp it down on here real well. And it doesn't matter which side. Then I've got my Distress Embossing Glaze in Salvage Patina. Pick it up and dump off the excess. Now let's see if I can dump this back into the bottle without making a mess. Notice I'm over here where you can't see me, so in case I do make a mess, I don't have to be embarrassed. Oh, thanks, Mike. Okay. All right, pull this over here, and you're gonna see what I mean about this stuff. It doesn't emboss well, but it works. And make sure this is nice and hot. I'm just gonna back and forth, and see how it's getting melty, but it's also starting to take that embossing powder. One spot that doesn't want to touch. You don't want to touch it right now. See how melty it is? I just got this one spot that doesn't want to go. There we go. I think that's everybody. Yeah, it definitely works well for like a vintage glass look. Now I'm going to take my message here. Just any old message, doesn't matter. If anybody cringes while I tear up a dictionary page, I'm so sorry. Let me just see how long I want it. About that long. You could use anything. You could print something out. You don't have to. But this is nice and thin. So it makes it easier to roll. I'm just going to roll it into a pretty tight little roll, the tightest I can get anyway. I don't want it to be wider than the mouth of my, that's about right. So then I'll take my glue. No, Carol, that is, those are overhead transparencies, and the embossing powder is, well, I mean, it is regular, but it's the Tim Holtz Embossing Glaze, so it's translucent. Just gonna kind of let that glue dry for a minute. And while I do that, I want to darken down the edges of my bottle, and that's where the crayon comes in. And this is also where the mess comes in. And I'm using a darker color, obviously. I'm just going to go around the edge of the bottle here, and then just kind of rub it in with my fingers. And that's going to give us our dimension. If you accidentally get somewhere you don't want it, it'll wipe off with water or baby wipe. don't have your crayons, you could probably do this maybe with a darker embossing glaze or an alcohol marker. I just kind of like the organic look of it. So I have some where I don't want it right there. So very simple. Just grab a little baby white. Hi, Jay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching my video, too. See, I can't tell whether I got it on the back side or the front. Okay, I got it on the back side. Stuff cleans off easy. No worries about that. I was originally going to come on today and show my Crafty Critter haul because I bought one of those ends boxes. Now see how I'm kind of just rubbing this in? So that's going to give my bottle just a bit more dimension. And then I'll just take kind of dab so that it's not, you know, such an obvious line. That's a little too dark right there. Okay, so we're almost there. Believe it or not, it's a lot quicker and easier than it seems to look. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe up my crayon mess here. Hi, Kim. Okay, I'm gonna bring this just up a little bit closer so you can have a look at it. And this is what it's gonna look like on the ocean. So, but how are we gonna get it to stick, right? That's where the whole idea of the paper and the molding came in. But let me make the cork. So I need a little piece of craft scrap. Where's my scrap? You guys don't want to see my scrap pile. It's overflowing. Thank you, TJ. So I'm gonna try and make this because I dropped this and the thing yesterday when I was doing, or day before yesterday when I was doing this card. So I'm gonna try and make it so I don't drop it. Or if I drop it where I can find it. All right, let's go backwards in my vagabond. What's wrong with it? Back the other backwards. Yay, 0 loss. There's our cork. And then this is ready. I'm just going to tear this. This is kind of roundish. I need it inside the bottle. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to hold this on top of here, and I'm going to take my feet. And there goes my scissors. Thank God my feet weren't in the way. And I'm just going to melt it around that bottle. Or that paper. Just like that. Hi, Jeannie. Me too, Kim. Go ahead. Go for it. Now I want to round off my cork here. I'm just going to use like a paintbrush or something. Kind of round it off. So it's still, I could melt it a little bit more even, and I think I will, because I want it to melt all the way around that. Because that's basically what's going to hold it to our paper. while to do it. Oh, hi, Linda. I'm glad you're lurking. Be glad I can't hear you. Hey, yeah, I know. It's still not sticking. Oh, see, don't touch it while it's hot. That will happen. So, I'm going to just put a little bit of glue on the paper. No big deal. Hold it there. I need my fingers. Okay, I need to make the cork a little smaller. I need a smaller brush. Yes, the Perfect Potions shaker jars. I didn't use the shaker part, but you sure could. Okay, let's fit the cork on there first, and then do some more gluing on the paper. Just kind of towards the side where you won't really see it. And you know, this is our glitter glue. It dries clear anyway. Okay, let me just pick this all up together and set it aside to kind of dry for a second while I trim down the paper. And I'm going to trim off this side. I'm going to trim it to 4, yeah, 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to grab my brush, just kind of deepen down the color a bit right up here. Now, this was for my craft roulette submission, so we had to have black dots. So when I was a kid, my grandmother used to take me to the beach at Morro Bay in California. And every time the water would pull out, all these little black holes would appear in the water. And she told me that it was like little bugs or something going back into the ground. But I don't know what it was. But it's a strong memory for me, just those little holes as the water went back out into the sea. So I'm going to make those, and I'm just going to make them random. And I'm just using a little number 8 micron pen. You can use any size you want or any pen you want. It's just what I grabbed. What I don't have and can't repeat is I don't have another one of these, because this came off of a Kathy Zilski, one of those sheets of stuff. And it only came with one. But any belated birthday would work fine, or whatever. I mean, it's just a matter that this needed to be a birthday card. Oftentimes I'll make cards that don't have any reason, just to be a card. Okay, there's our black dots. Here's our bottle. And see, what's handy is you can use this to glue the whole thing down to your background. Now, where do I want my bottle? Right about here. Yeah, I guess so. A beach with a lot of blackheads. I used to love going to Morro Bay with my grandmother. She loved, she was a crafter, And that's where I got the love of crafting. And we used to go and she would bring wax and the smelly stuff for wax and the wax dye. And we would go and dig holes in the sand and poke our little fingers in to make feet and make sand candles. It was so much fun. Oh, Kim, you would know that too, being in Alaska. That's how you know where to dig for the clams. It's an air hole. Well, I'm not going to be digging any clams at all, ever. Let me bring it close. So you would put, let me see if I can find a sentiment. Oh, here we go. I made a bunch for for toner foiling today. This one is, I used to have a handle on Life, but then it broke. Let's see, what else do I have that is small? See, I'm gonna toner foil all of those. When life gives you melons, you might be dyslexic. And this is my favorite. Now I can't find the other part. It's better to have issues than the whole subscription. I didn't make one single happy birthday on here. That's crazy. All right, let's see what I've got in my Kathy. Just, it needs to be something small as far as I'm concerned. Blur. I'm a horrible friend. So sorry I forgot your birthday, but that's way too big. I just want something small there. You guys know I'm so picky about these things. I'm not putting a sentiment on there. I'm not. What I am going to do, though, just as a final touch, I'm going to take my Tranquil Teal, try not to get it everywhere, and I'm going to just lightly edge the card, just lightly around the blue part. Just to kind of cover the white edges. And then I'll take my khaki and do the brown part. There we go. Let's get that down on a card base. And for this one, I put it on a craft card base, so I think we'll repeat that. There's the top folder. Typically, off camera, I would sew this onto something because, you know, when you heat emboss something, it gets so warpy. Yeah, I wish it was better news than a newspaper. That's a good one. Very true. And I think I'm gonna flip this. I don't know why this craft paper likes to get warpy on me too. And I have some little Trinity stamp shells that I'll put on. I think I just got fingerprints in my paper. I'm an idiot. I did. You get a card from me, it's gonna be dirty. Oh, thank you for that, Kim. Yeah, I had fun doing that. I just feel like it's missing. Okay, let's see what else I have. Got my Pride ones, but Pride month is over. I still love this one though. I mean, that's good for any time, any old time. Hope this card helps. I mean, something. It's my birthday though. I could stamp happy birthday on there, but I don't want to because I don't know where my happy birthday stuff is. Here's a magical one. Didn't cut it straight. Oh. Hang on. No, that's way too long. But it's still a was, right? Could work. I should foil it, huh? I made it, Jeannie, on my laser printer. So, in a past life, I was a graphic designer. And not... Should I foil that, guys? And so I've been using Photoshop for what feels like a million years. So I just did them up in Photoshop and then printed them on my laser printer. Yeah, I kind of like this. I'm just trying to decide whether I'm going to foil it. I don't think it's going to foil well. I found that the newer Kathy Zielske ones do foil well, but the older ones don't. And I don't want to wreck it, so I'm not going to foil it. Yeah, I think it's better plain. And I could have probably put the bottle up higher, but where's my fingers? You guys see them anywhere? My extra fingers. I have so many turquoise things on my desk I can't see them. Oh, that's nuts. I don't know where they went. Who took them? I didn't. Oh gosh, you guys, I put them back where they belong. Imagine that. Yep, I'm a million years old. What do you guys think? Top or bottom? Or middle? Or... Oh my gosh, you think? Like not top, that's way out of proportion. That would bother me. I think right about here. Yeah, that'll work. And it's exactly the right length. I don't know how that, well no, not quite, but pretty close. Let's pop it up on some foam tape. Yeah, that kind of helps fill in that empty space right there. See, that whole card took me, well, about 30 minutes. Not bad. I was going to show you guys how how you can foil the Not Too Shabby Shop papers. I haven't done a demo on that. All right, I'm gonna stand up so I can see what I'm doing. Sorry about the loudness. And I don't use a ruler or anything because I can't be asked. I'm lazy. Right. Okay, lastly, let's get some embellishment on there. There's some pretty ones in this set. There are some gorgeous, like, dual colored pearl looking things. They're so pretty. Let me zoom in a bit for you. What's a ruler? I poured too many and I can't get to them. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So I could do shells or I could do pearls. Flip over, you little turtle. And that one might be too dark. So this is how I roll with this. I start laying them down, and when I'm kind of happy with the color choices, and look at that one has some purple in it. Oh, it's so pretty. I think this one's translucent. No, it's not. Straight and you are not on speaking terms. Yeah, and I have a T-square, but it's 12 inches long, and there's just, I have to move stuff out of the way, Jeannie. I can't be asked. I have already explained my laziness here. This one's too big. I want a smaller one. There's not a bunch of the smaller ones. That's the only thing with a pearl mix is, like, I probably wouldn't use the big giant ones. I might use them in like a junk journal, but not on a card. There's a little one. Come here, you. Come on. Come on. You got this. Big giant one. I want one big one. Now comes the second hard part, me figuring out where I want to put these. Aren't those pearls beautiful? Okay, Melissa. Oh, band. Yes. Oh, wonderful. I'm glad they're playing for your fair. That's going to be terrific. And hot. That's one thing in my childhood. I remember going to the fair, and I grew up in Northern California. So hot there in the summer, but not humid like it is here in Alabama. All right, here we go. There. So for that one, for the craft roulette card, we needed to have a collection. So for that one, I put the collection of shells. Plus, I've got a collection of black dots, and I've got a collection of words. So I've got 3 collections going on. I've got the black dots. I've got a birthday card. What was the other parameter? I can't remember. Oh, picnic colors. Okay, so let's talk about that. So in my mind, I'm at a picnic. I'm on the beach at a picnic. And I'm looking out at the shore, and these are the colors I see. So it works. You want to see one of the shells? Kim, because of that heart thing, you are currently at heart degrees Fahrenheit. There's the shells. We've had thunderstorms every single day here for the last week, and my poor dogs will not go outside. 2 of them will not go outside. Now Bones, he's a big giant Labrador dog, and he can hold it. He's like 14 or 15 now, I forget how old he is. But my husband's dog Elvis, I have come into surprises in the kitchen multiple times over the last few days. And I am not happy about it. So anyway, that's how I made the message in the bottle. Here's the original, here's the new one, basically the same. Fairly easy. Yes, yes, Elvis is the spoiled one. My husband spoils him. Well, they're all spoiled, but he's especially spoiled because he's little and he loves Mike so much. He doesn't like me very much. Probably because he gets in trouble when he makes a mess, and Mike doesn't do anything to him. He's like, well, he had to go. I'm like, dude, I don't care. If I have to go, I'm not going on your bed. Never mind. So, thanks you guys for coming to hang out for a little bit. I guess I'm gonna go have me some barbecue and enjoy the rest of my 4th of July. Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope that you're inspired to try it. Again, I used a translucent embossing glaze. So, and I know that WOW makes translucent embossing glazes, and I can't wait to get my hands on some. And then I can't wait to show you guys how I made some geodes. Because these are cool, you know, like the wax seals. Only, you know, I'll probably use them more in my journals than anything. Happy 4th of July. Look at me, I'm a hot mess. Thanks for coming, guys. Hey, don't forget to me thumbs up there in the thumbs up thingy. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks so much for spending your time with me. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.